Thomas Tuchel rules key player out of Manchester City clash. Andrea Belotti's price revealed. Chelsea eye Manchester City defender alongside Barcelona and Arsenal. And Manchester United and Chelsea dealt joint transfer blow as Erling Haaland makes Manchester City decision. Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today is Today is a Chelsea News Today video, following on from the 1-0 loss, the 1-0 defeat yesterday to Porto, but overall, on aggregate, Chelsea win 2-1, going through, progressing into the semi-finals of Champions League for the first time in 7 years. And you could see what it meant to all the players' faces. Cesar Azpilicueta couldn't hold his smile back. Thomas Tuchel was just so glad and I think more relieved than happy. And Mason Mount, yeah, it was a good win. And we're into the semis. Real Madrid and Liverpool face off tonight, and we can see who we will play. We'll find out tonight, and it's going to be interesting, and I still believe that we can get to the finals. We have a very good chance. But starting off with a little bit more disappointing news. Matteo Kovacic picked up a hamstring injury, which I made a video on literally yesterday morning. As soon as the news broke, I was the first one to report it. So if you guys want to see more stuff like that, subscribe, otherwise you'll be missing out, and then you won't know who's injured, and then you'll wonder why Matteo Kovacic isn't starting. But he picked up a little hamstring injury, apparently only 20 minutes into training yesterday, and out of nowhere, apparently he just pulled it or did something to it, and he was ruled out of yesterday's game. And Thomas Tuchel has said that he's almost 100% ruled out of the Manchester City game as well, the FA Cup semi-finals the weekend. I'm not as optimistic as I was against Porto. It's definitely going to be Thomas Tuchel's most difficult game, but I'll be uploading a match preview either Friday or Saturday. We've got a couple more days to go, but that is going to be a bit of a blow considering Matteo Kovacic has been one of the best players under Thomas Tuchel. But on a bit more positive note, on the bright side, Jorginho and N'Golo Kante were absolutely magnificent last night against Porto. They were absolutely brilliant. N'Golo Kante, first full game back from injury, he was absolutely everywhere, like he always is, covering every single blade of grass. And Jorginho, wow, I'm sorry what I've ever said about Jorginho, but he was absolutely spectacular last night. Great performance. Right, so the second story of today on Andrea Belotti, going to be a little bit of a quicker one. I've said before, Andrea Belotti is linked to Chelsea. Once again, I think he was linked back in 2016 or 17 when he was a little bit younger, but he's a little bit older now. He's out of contract in 12 months' time, so we can get him on a little bit of a discount this summer or get him for free next summer. But with Erling Haaland, well, there's a story in Erling Haaland at the end. Romelu Lukaku, I don't see us spending over £100 million on him. I would like Aguero, and especially if Belotti costs Chelsea 35 to 40 million euros, which, let me just check what it is in pounds. That's about 30 to 35 million pounds, which, I don't know. I'd much rather Aguero for free. If he does get injured, then that's a little bit annoying, but we still have, if Tammy Abraham stays, then we still have him to maybe get into the team, or Oli Giroud. I don't really see him at Chelsea next season, or Kai Havertz can play in that false line. I would like Aguero, personally, for free, even if he does get a little bit injured sometimes. He plays for Torino at the moment, and they are actually 17th in Serie A, 5 points ahead of 18th with a game in hand. But as you know, they've got quite a big distance between 18th, the relegation zone, but they're only one place above it. And you know how it can turn its head with a couple of bad games, maybe if they play each other, and then 18th beat Torino, and then Torino lose every single one of their games, and the 18th win a couple more, then Torino get relegated. If they do get relegated into Serie B, it would be inevitable for Torino to lose Belotti, because he is a decent striker, but likes of Everton, who else? Lots of other clubs. I think 6 clubs are interested in Andrea Belotti. So thirdly, this is kind of a report on a Barcelona interest in a certain Manchester City defender. He's Spanish, got a huge future ahead of him. He's young, came through the La Masia Academy with Barcelona, but then had a little bit of experience at Manchester City, but his contract has come to an end and he looks to be leaving. But Barcelona are very interested in this guy. Should I name him yet? No, let's keep it going for a little bit longer. But Chelsea and Arsenal are also in the hunt to secure this geezer's signature. Okay, I'll say it now. Eric Garcia, the one that got absolutely clouted by Ederson at the end of last season. He wasn't looking where he was going, and he went to punch the ball, and he instead just punched Eric Garcia in the back of the head and got absolutely bamboozled. He was straight out cold, but he was able to come back into training within like a couple of weeks. Now, Barcelona want this guy because he's Spanish first of all, he likes Barca, and Clement Longley and Samuel Umtiti are both looking likely to leave this summer, with Gerard Piqué coming to the end of his career as well, when they're looking for a complete makeover really, with young additions to their squad, and they think Eric Garcia is that guy. And Barcelona have apparently reached a verbal agreement for the 20-year-old regarding a move back to Spain, but want him to accept a lower fixed salary with the rest made up of bonus payments based on performance. And that's where the door has been opened for Arsenal and Chelsea to snatch Eric Garcia from Barcelona's grasp. Now, Arsenal want him because Gabriel and David Luiz have kind of been on and off this season, and Chelsea, Thiago Silva is 36, and although Pepe was doing the business, 38 years old last night, I don't think he has too much more in him. Maybe one more season for Chelsea at the top level, but then after that we're going to have to look for a few new centre-halves. And for free, Eric Garcia is probably as good as it comes. He's young, 20 years old, got a little bit of experience in Pep Guardiola's system, and yeah, he's a good defender. He could get in probably most Premier League teams at the moment. Considering he's only 20, I'd definitely take that. And now lastly, I've kind of talked this one up a little bit throughout the video, but it's kind of a little bit of a blow. Man United and Chelsea dealt transfer blow as Erling Haaland makes Manchester City decision. According to Sport 1, they report that Erling Haaland has set his sights joining either Real Madrid or Manchester City this summer, which harms Chelsea and Man United's chances of bringing the Norwegian to Old Trafford and Stamford Bridge respectively. Alongside Barcelona, they'd be missing out. Is anyone else interested? I don't even know at this point. There's so many teams. I've lost count. And the Mirror reported that Mino Raiola wants £1 million a week for his Norwegian. And according to things and reports, that only Real Madrid, PSG and Manchester City can afford that, when I'm pretty sure Roman Abramovich can afford that. Maybe he's just not willing to pay that. Now, this is where it gets mental. Sport 1 also claimed that an additional bonus £20 million should be added into those wages as a bonus for Mino Raiola and Erling Haaland's dad. £20 million for the agent and the dad of the guy that's moving. That's a lot of cheddar. However, this kind of fills me with a little bit more confidence. Despite Haaland reportedly setting his sights on City, the club themselves do not appear to be as keen to do a deal, even though Sergio Aguero is leaving the Etihad at the end of this season. Manager Pep Guardiola recently claimed that with Dortmund reportedly demanding a fee in the region of £150 million, City will not be contemplating a move, meaning that they won't even consider sweeping in for Erling Haaland. If that's how much it's going to cost them, then they're not even going to go in for him, which could leave the door open to the likes of Chelsea, because I think Roman Abramovich is very, very willing to do this deal. Everyone knows about Ed Woodward. He just always messes up transfers. He could have bought Van Dijk, but instead got Victor Lindelof. Just stuff like that. Just crazy stuff like that. I don't really see, like he was, but when they were trying to sign Jadon Sancho for the whole summer, people were like, oh, he'll go eventually. I was like, he's never gonna go as long as Ed Woodward is doing the negotiating. They were like, we'll hold out for £100 million. He's like, no, we'll only do 80. And he's like, well, then we're not got a deal. And he's like, okay, we'll do 100. And then Dortmund are like, no, actually 120 now. He's like, what? Well, we not got a deal. And then Dortmund are like, okay, yeah, fair enough, goodbye then. I don't think that Erling Haaland or Dortmund will be willing to negotiate with that crazy man. Real Madrid could be a good destination for him, but with Kylian Mbappe reportedly wanting to join Real Madrid either this summer or next summer for free, then I don't see which one would join, as I don't think they'd both fit into the same lineup unless Mbappe plays as a left winger, but then he's kind of restricting his growth, and that would be mental to see in the same side. but I don't see Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe playing for the same team. I think Real Madrid will go for either Haaland or Mbappe, and then maybe Chelsea can get the other one, PSG. I think Chelsea have a decent stance in this. If City don't want him, Man United, they can't negotiate a deal. Real Madrid want him and he wants from Madrid, but if Mbappe wants to Madrid, I don't know who would you choose, Mbappe or Haaland? That is a difficult decision. And if they choose Mbappe, then it's literally Chelsea or PSG, and they've already got Mbappe, so there's only left Chelsea. Let's go. Anyway, that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks for watching and goodbye.